Am I on? Okay. Good evening, everyone. I hope you all are well, healthy, happy. And today is a very special day, the day that we will receive blessing from Padmasambhava and Dakinis. I think you could say those who are doing practice every day, they are always connected to Triple Gem, Buddha, Dharma and Sangha, and particularly the followers of Padmasambhava, that we're inseparable, our minds are inseparable with him. But those who are not particularly doing practice all the time, but they have some level of form of practice, but if they join Padmasambhava celebration day, like today, the 10th day, lunar 10th day, where Guru Rinpoche said in the early morning time, on the rays of sun, he comes in this world to bless those who have faith and devotion to him. And it's not that when we talk about faith and devotion, that he only come to bless those who have devotion to him, but rather it is incomprehensible to even imagine that Buddhas have no concern for all sentient beings. Because we all have studied on the path of Bodhisattva Yana that the most essential mind to achieve liberation and enlightenment is bodhicitta. And when someone becomes Buddha, is the pinnacle of reaching the most subtlest, the pinnacle level of bodhicitta is called enlightenment. So it is incomprehensible to think that Buddhas will only come to bless a group of people who, but not to other groups. I don't think we should look at it that way. Because then it wouldn't be bodhicitta mind. It will be totally dualistic mind state, which is obscured, and that kind of mind cannot give blessing to begin with, and that's not called enlightened mind. That's not the nature of Triple Gem, Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. So what it really meant that Guru Rinpoche come and give blessing in this world to his followers, we live in an interdependent world. Though we are all Buddhas, actually, in essence. In essence, one is Buddha, without any doubt, any question about that. Because the essence is non-dual nature. Only our confused ego mind, which of course the root cause is ignorant, then we begin to experience duality. And in essence, in non-dual state, is the essence of all the Buddhas. The Buddhas with 3 times essence is one, same. So does your essence, is same, no difference at all. So that's bodhicitta. And who doesn't have that? As long as there's a sentient, they all have the same non-dual wisdom nature. therefore is called the essence, nature of the mind, or the essence of all sentient being is same, and that is Buddha nature, enlightened mind, non-dual state, free of all conceptual elaboration, free of all conceptual defilements. So though even in essence that is how we are, is the nature of, that's what Buddha, Dharma and Sangha is, non-dual state. In essence, that's every being is like that. But not recognizing that nature, the nature of the mind, we falls towards the extreme of duality. The minds fall towards duality. Once the mind falls towards duality, then we build up so much habits, and they all become obscurations. Habits of body, habits of emotion, habits of place, or habits of external continent, habits of internal content, beings, and habits of emotion of all sorts, and thoughts and conceptualization. And we all know that they become so intricate and complicated and confusing that it creates delusion, that you cannot separate what is true and what is not true, what is right and what's not right. The mind is just caught up in this gigantic sense of delusion that one loses one's perspective, or what is true nature, or what is the true essence. And then therefore we can say that mind is not blessed mind. You see, when we say blessing doesn't, blessing what it really means is seeing the essence. When you see the essence, you can call that mind blessed mind. You know, like for example, when we read the Heart Sutra, he said, then the Blessed One has spoken, for example. Blessed is not some external, on the ultimate level, or the ultimate sense, it's not some kind of external thing coming, but the mind itself, seeing its true essence, is called blessed mind. And wherever you are in the companion or in the environment of a blessed mind, you begin to experience that level of, you begin to experience the awakening of that level of non-duality within you. And so therefore, those who are fortunately, due to tremendous merit from the past, and who met the Dharma in this lifetime, and particularly the sacred Vajrayana teaching, the esoteric teaching. Esoteric means the very subtle aspect of your mind. There's, though there is only one consciousness, we don't have like an external consciousness, internal consciousness, secret consciousness. We just simply have one consciousness. But when we say esoteric means exoteric teachings are external teaching. Like for example, in the Buddha Dharma, it's like the teaching of sutra, cause and effect. Then the esoteric means the teaching of inner, deeper level of awareness, consciousness, which is non-dual level, which is called resultant path. It's not called causal path, but it's called resultant path. So, a person who is practicing resultant path, seeing the blessed mind, and that blessed mind is the nature of three kayas. The blessed mind is nature of triple gem. So the enlightened ones, someday you will become Buddha. And then at that time, you will bless those who are connected to you, you will give blessing to them. And I think the understanding of blessing, though in a spiritual sense we use the word blessing, but blessing in other words It's like how you transfer your sense of being or your sense of nature or your sense of energy. That's what blessing comes from. And that could also probably means in the impure phenomena, in the impure world, our conceptual world, dualistic world, like when you have friends and people around you who are negative, you also get their habits. You catch their habits. You get their energy. So you are blessed by negative. We don't use blessing, it's not a terminology we use, but it's something similar to that. You get intertwined by that nature, and then you get habituated, or in this case, in the more dualistic, tangible, and more dualistic defilements is built up. And then it's all become part of further wandering in samsara. And that's mean further wandering samsara means endless suffering. The result is. So when we followers of Padmasambhava, due to a tremendous merit that we met the Dharma and we met the teaching of Padmasambhava, and today when we invoke the Padmasambhava actually is who is enlightened, who came in this world, who gave this teaching. He actually come through his wisdom. The wisdom mind is no distance. The wisdom mind is not a conditioned mind that it needs distance to travel, that is decay, its nature is impermanent. It's like going beyond impermanent and permanent. Actually, it's called the great permanence, non-dual mind, because it's non-changing. It's in essence, that's how the mind nature has been primordially. We call the word primordial means like no change. That no change of non-dual state, the essence, is someone who realized that fully, become Buddha, can give blessing to other being. The reason how we can receive that blessing is because you also have the essence of the Buddha nature within you. So therefore, as we say, it takes two to tango, like two persons to make a dance, then it's beautiful. Likewise, then you begin to see the magic of the opening of your mind, and that mind transcends the whole samsaric impurities and all go beyond all extreme, and then truly see the essence of the mind. So that's what we bring the blessing today, to see the non-dual awareness of our primordial nature. That's really the blessing of Padmasambhava, really the blessing of the Yidam, and that is the blessing of the Dakinis. Actually the word Dakini means ka, do. Ka means space, do means goer. So space is the feminine principle of emptiness. Goer is the dance, which is skillful mean. And the union of inseparable is the non-dual state. That's true meaning of wisdom Dakini. So therefore, there's the true meaning of the Lama, and there's the true meaning of the Yidam, and there's true meaning of the Dakini also, you can say. So that's what we are doing. So please generate tremendous devotion to Padmasambhava, invoke his blessing, and bring that and pour the blessing to your body, speech, and mind. Purify the obscuration of your body, speech, and mind, and then receive his blessing, the supreme siddha and relative siddhi. Supreme siddhi is to realize the enlightened mind. And relative siddhi is healing from sickness, especially time like this pandemic problem, healing from sicknesses, and then whatever your conditions required to make your life favorable, prosperity, health, well-being, all those things, whatever you aspire, those siddhis, blessing can be received. The two kinds of blessing you can say here. One is the enlightenment blessing, and one is the blessing for well-being and health and prosperity and those things. So you can receive that. Okay, so that's how. So let's do this. Tsok is very, very fortunate to able to today do something like this. I think we are extremely fortunate. Just to do this, participate in this Tsok today, you probably have no idea how is a result of your tremendous good fortune from the past. Because normally, if we are not participating in a Tsok, first of all, we wouldn't get the blessing of Padmasambhava, who is the embodiment of the Buddha, Buddhas of the past, Buddhas of the present, Buddhas of the future. And then furthermore, we'll be just lingering in our dualistic mindset. So at least here we are trying to break the barrier of duality and try to, be with the minds of the Buddhas. So therefore it's very, very special. Yeah. Thank you. So then let's start now. Nose nam taraji rundupe, tashi juju jina jubayi, sange juda gindu papa. Kula jaza daja tashi shu, demi gyabu zede dundugo, chebe jebe katapada. Kula gumba jajir dabaje, lumbu darba zelda badane, simje tamje lagung drupe. Isum zeba zeraba tabalte, senzam debe tashi bebe, dewar jeba gyala, chaza lo, jambe shuna, baldendur. Chere zingwang gumbo chambebe, sayi nyingbo diba nambrase, namge nyingbo bajo gundu zang, ube duje begar loshit. Nubo dawa ralti nyima yi, chaza lingnam tashi pelke jo, chanchu simba gyala chaza lo, rinjen dushu tashi sir. Tujo punza yung kama la nyeda tungdang punzo bebe u minu gyase wanjiro kolot. Rinjen dacho yegi chaten jen chudu yewa chujin gije ma gizo ngo timbe bebe. Tashi lamu gyala chaza lo tsangba chimbo de jong seme. Migdon dandang gyalpo yulgorso pake podang luwa mimiza namde sete la ze kolot. Tishu ladan dun doje zen biwa rade chute gezen se sasum nesu kolektish. Jide gyongwa gyala chaza lo daja tengdir chawa zumba la gedanye warsewa kunjin. Dede bebe samde yishin drup trashi dele pusum sobar sho daja tengdir chawa zumba. Gedanye warsewa kunjine dede bebe samde yishin drup trashi dele pusum sobar. Daja tengdir chawa zumbala gedanya warsawa kunshin. Dede bebe samde yishin drup tashi dele pusum so paraishu. Say that in English.
In the natural, spontaneously present, perfectly pure phenomenal existence, all who dwell in the auspicious realms of the 10 directions, the Buddhas, Dharmas, and the assembly of the Noble Sangha, I prostrate and pray that all may be auspicious for myself and all others. To Drume Gyalpo Tselden Dundrup Gong, Jampe Gempa, Gedrak Pel Dampa, Kunla Gongpa, Gyacher Drakpel Chen, Lunpo Tarpa, Zeldrak Pel, and Ni. Noble ones known for your consideration of all sentient beings, noble ones known for your superior display of enlightened activities that grant mental satisfaction. Merely hearing your names increases all glory and auspiciousness. I prostrate to the 8 Sugatas, to the youthful Manjushri, the glorious Vajra holder, the powerful Avalokiteshvara, the noble protector Maitreya, Sayi Ningpo, Dripa Namparcel, Namkai Ningpo, the supreme noble Kuntusangpo, Utpel Dorje, Pekar, Lushing, and Norbo Dawa Raudrinima, holders of the excellent hand emblems of supreme noble good fortune. I prostrate to the 8 Bodhisattvas. The supreme jeweled umbrella, the auspicious golden fish, the wish-fulfilling vase, the mind-pleasing Kamala flower, the conch of fame and glory, fully endowed endless knot, the eternal victory banner, the all-powerful wheel. You who hold these 8 supreme precious signs, offer to the conquerors of all directions and times, attractive maidens of pleasure. To recall your nature increases all that is noble. I prostrate to the 8 goddesses of good fortune. Tsangpa Chenpo, Dejung Seme U, Migdong Den, and Gyalpo Yo Korsung, Pake Pe and Luwang Mig Misang, Nam Tu Se and Hladze Korlo, holders of the trident, short spear, and vajra, vina, sword, stupa, and banner of victory, who make auspiciousness and positivity grow in the 3 realms, I prostrate to the 8 guardians of the world. Concerning the activity that myself and others are about to begin, by pacifying all obstructions and unwanted harm, may the noble and meaningful increase and all wishes be accomplished. May good fortune, happiness, and prosperity be fully endowed.
Bema ke saradung bola ya zen chogi ngotum yi Bema jung ne she suta Kordu kandu mang bekor Keki jesu da duki Jingi lobchiri shek su su Guru pe ma si di Urge yuki nob jang zam Pe ma ke sara dong bola Ya zen jogi ngudum yi Bema jung ne je su ta Kordo kandro mang pe kor Ke ki je su da du ki Chingi lob chiri shek su su Guru pe ma si di hung Urge yuki nob jang zam Bema ke sara dong bola Ya zen jogi ngodum yi Bema jung ne she su ta Kordo kandro mang pe kor Keki jesu da dubki Chingi lob chiri shek su su Guru pe ma si di hung
Hung, at Oregon's northwestern frontier, on the stem and corona of a lotus flower, wondrous supreme accomplishment attained, and as the lotus-born renowned, encircled by a retinue of many dakinis, so that I may become like you, please come and grant your blessings. Guru Pema Siddhi Hung.
Emma ho zhe chu ki yin ki xin kam su Chu ni du sum ge ga me be ngang Cha zhe lun zo de wa jin bu gu Nam ga xin du du je jo ri me Lama chu ki ku la sro wa de Urge pe ma ju ne la sro wa de je lung ki du pe shin gam su Gu su tu da yun ten te le ki Yi she nga den de wara she pe ku Tu je che tan so sro ten La ma long je zo ku la sro wa de Urge pe ma ju ne la sro wa de Mi ji ji ten ta pe shin gam su Tu ji chen bu zhu we ten la ju Gan la gan du ta wa ki zhu ten ze De da ma jun da da du sum ki Lama Turupe Kula Srovade Urgin Pema June La Srovade.
Wondrous. In the pure realm of the fundamental space of reality, free from elaboration, the actual nature beyond the three times, origination and cessation, is the body of great bliss, naturally complete and aimless, compassion like the sky, without bias or point of reference. Dharmakaya Guru, to you I pray. Lotus born of organ, to you I pray. In the pure realm of spontaneously present great bliss are the embodiments of the Buddha's form, speech, mind, qualities, and activity, the bodies of the thus gone ones endowed with the fivefold primal knowing, revealing each and every of the various manifestations of compassion. Sambhogakaya Guru, to you I pray. Lotus born of organ, to you I pray. In the realm of the innate purity of this conditioned universe, manifest through great compassion for the sake of sentient beings, emanations act to benefit beings through skillful means suited to each individual. Those passed on, to come, and present, Nirmanakaya Gurus of the three times, to you I pray. Lotus Port of Organ, to you I pray.
Unse rize nu den dorje sel ma unde she me pata yesha ta da ben jun gyal sawa do ben jikte yi she dorje la so wade.
In the past, the awareness holder Nuden Dorje Tsel. In the future, the Buddha Mupathai. In the present, Padmasambhava's regent Drokben in person. Jigje Yeshi Dorje, to you I pray.
Omi Chuki Yinki Potana Tu Sum Sangye Kungi Ngoni Ransem Chukuru Sum Tenzepe Sabe Lami Shabla Srovade.
Within the palace of the fundamental space of reality, the unsurpassed pure realm, is the essence of all the Buddhas of the three times. You who actually introduced the Dharmakaya of my own mind, root Guru, at your feet I pray.
Now, what
And
page?
to page 67.
Gata chuku pema tse pa me long chu zo ku pema kun du chang tu pe ku ngu tso ke dor je la so wa dep so da gu jing gi lo yang chen zhu pa yi she so ge ma long e da zhu si nu ge pa zel kiao da jam pra de we ni ma la soro wa de so da gu chin ge lo Shin la ka ba gyuru me ngi te wang ri ge kyab da du jum do du ling ka ti sum de sa we la ma la so wa de so da gu chin gi lo Te tara so wa ta pe chin la ki min che wang to tam tsi nam para ta rim ni lam le nyen ru tar chin de ku za pe ma ka re ku to sho.
Original purity, Dharmakaya Padma, limitless longevity, Sambhogakaya Padma, holder of all, essential phase of Nirmanakaya, lake-born Vajra Lord, as I pray to you, please transform my mind. Emanation of Saraswati, Mother Yeshish Togyal, Zilnon Gepatzel, who deciphered the symbols in the fivefold inner expanse, Lord of Refuge, Jampa Dewe Nima, as I pray to you, please transform my mind. Gyurmenge Dung Mongpo, destined to receive the blessings, Dujum Drodolingpa, refuge embodying the 100 families, Root Guru so kind in the 3 ways, as I pray to you, please transform my mind. By the blessing of praying in this way, the maturing empowerments are received with Samaya pristine. On the path of the 2 stages, perfecting the approach and accomplishment, may I attain the body of the lake of the lotus-born total goodness.
Fire. Yeah. Yeah. Put to this. No need there, no need. Just around. Yeah. Okay, now leave it here. Bring it to me. Okay, leave it there, next to that. Yeah. Yeah, right there. Okay, sprinkle water. Ram yam kama om a hung ho. Sarva Buddha agara kaya za, sarva bigne balingda kaye, sarva bigne balingda kaye, sarva bigne balingda kaye. What? Oh, we didn't do his refuge? Oh, sorry. I see. That's afterwards. I thought we did that. Okay, you're right. Hong Ri Dong O Bo So Ki Pe Ma Jung Kyab Ne Kun Du Ngo Buru Kyab Su Chi Si Dire Lo Buru Tu Pe Jo Wa Kun Tu Pa Rang Sang Ka Ta Long Tu Sho Hong Ri Dong O Bo So Ki Pe Ma Jung Kyab Ne Kun Du Ngo Buru Kyab Su Chi Si Dire Lo Buru Tu Pe Jo Wa Kun Tu Pa Rang Sang Ka Ta Long Tu Sho Hong Ri Dong O Bo So Ki Pe Ma Jung Kyab Ne Kun Du Ngo Buru Kyab Su Chi Si Dire Lo Buru Tul Pe Jo Wa Kun Tu Pa Rang Sang Ka Ta Long Tu Sho.
Hung, awareness, emptiness, the essence is the lake-born lotus guru. I take refuge in the essence, the gathering of all sources of refuge. For all beings temporarily deluded by this transitory existence, may delusion purify itself and unravel in the expanse of original purity.
Okay, now you hold it. Hung Ma Ri Zung Zin Turu Pe Jung Po Nama Dorma Di Kere Ta Che Ngang Du Teng Rang Ri Yi She Po Gyuru Me Pe Ngang Korsum Ye Che Ngang Du Samje Tum Sumane Hong Girane Pane Hung Veranzong Petum Sumane Hong Girane Pane Sumane Hong Girane Pane Biaranjaya Hung Benzara gyana rakya rakya. Negative forces, unaware and deluded by duality, take this dharma and go to the state beyond extreme. The unchangeable state of self-aware primal knowing is the boundary of protection that is primordially liberated from the three spheres of delusion. Vajragyana rakya rakya. Hongde je pema kiwe shi kamne kusum lundu so ki dorje chang ne no wait ne dire jimbo cho tu ngu zu Chhoje kuzang rube kendo gyur omang benza gure pema tudinse benza samaya za abhishaya Om Sarva Punja Mega Samu Punshita. From the blissful pure realm of the sparkling lotus, naturally self-accomplished three bodies, leg, bone, vaja holder. Please bless this place and grant the supreme and ordinary siddhis. May this offering become the ornament of the display of total goodness. Om Mahung Vajar Guru Pema Tuding Zil Banjar Samaya Za Abhishaya Om Sarva Punja Mega Samu Hung Srita Arang Lu Tamene Pedun Karu Urgin Time Dana Koshetso Ding Za Yen La Gedin Chu Kang Wei Su rin chi pe dun dap ki ten Kyab ne kundu urgin dor je chang Sen pe pe bara tsuge yum danti Cha ye dor je yum pe tu pum nam Marta rinji rupe gengi je Nge lona De chine zi jin bara Kortu chasum Gya cho tin tarativ Che la tu je charabe dala si Gyar gung obo chi me yi she kur Dong sho tabe te cha ta tu se Lu dan long chu tu sumon ge we so Kunzang chu pe tin tu mig ne bu Tome ne sa di tong ma lu sha Se che gyala wa kun ki yun ten ki Kyab da chik bu gun pe nam tarala Nying ne yi ran te pe sol dev shin Zab ge chu ki char chi be parakul Ran shen ge we ngopo kundom ne Do kama gya tso chi si ne ki para Gompo kyu ki nam tara je nyik de Ka kya wa do wa Bedun Gyabne Gundu Kenze Tere Jimbo Dungi Nyingme Gyabji Rinpoche Nga De Gupe Narajin Dongshuki Sol de Pula Tsewe Nyordu Si Gong Pe Long Ne Tu Je Zel Jun La Me Den Da Ki Nying La Ching Ki Lo Ta Ta Tse Ma Nyordu Dum Pa Tang Cho Tang Tu Mong Ngun Chubu Sal Tu Su
Back to page 73 for the English. Before me in my ordinary form is organ stainless Chhoje lake. Its profound depths filled with water of 8 qualities. In its center, atop a jeweled stem of a lotus, petals unfurled, is the organ Vajra holder in whom all sources of refuge converge. Brilliant with the splendor of the major and minor marks, he is embracing Tsok, the mother consort. He holds a Vajra in his right hand and a vase within a skull cup in his left, exquisite in their silks and ornaments of jewels and bone. Within a vast expanse of 5-colored light, they blaze in the awesome splendor of great bliss. Oceans of the 3 roots gather like clouds as their retinue. They gaze upon me, bringing down a shower of blessing and compassion. To the embodiment of deathless primal awareness, the essence of all victorious ones, I forever offer prostrations of faith with intense and powerful yearning. My body, wealth, and enjoyment, and all virtue gathered throughout the 3 times, all these I offer in the manner of Samantabhadra's vast clouds of offering. I confess without exception all negative actions and failings accumulated through time without beginning. Sole sovereign of all the qualities of the victorious ones and their heirs, enlightened protector, in your example of perfect liberation, I rejoice from my heart. To you I pray with faith, beseeching you to bring down a great rain of profound and vast Dharma, amassing all virtuous qualities of my own and others. I will, for as long as the countless ocean of beings endures, follow the example of your perfect liberation, enlightened protector. I dedicate all this to the guidance of beings throughout space, great wellspring of wisdom and love, in whom all sources of refuge converge, sole precious refuge in these evil dregs of time. I am afflicted by the spread of the 5 degenerations and pray to you with great longing. Quickly look with love upon your child. Bring forth the manifest energy of compassion from the expanse of your realization. Grant your blessings to my devoted heart. Swiftly show signs and indications, and pray bestow the supreme and ordinary siddhis.
Kurdo kondo mambe koro
This is
kiki
the
jesu
7-line
da
prayer
rupi chingero
found on
jesu
page
so guru pema
96.
sidi hong urye yugenu
The
pema
old
kesar
page
dombo la
30.
yenze chuge ngurupi pema june jesu da kurdo kondo kiki jesu da rupi chingero jesu so guru pema sidi hong urye yugenu jansa pema kesar yenze chuge ngurupi pema june jesu da kurdo kondo mambe koro kiki jesu da rupi chingero Guru Pema Siddhi Hung Urye Yuge Nubjansa Pema Kesar Dombola Yenze Chuge Pema June Jesu Da Kurdo Kondo Mabe Guru Kiki Jesu Da Rubi Chinge Rubi Shiso Son Guru Pema Siddhi Hung Urye Yuge Nubjansa Pema Kesar Dombola Yenze Chuge Ngudumye Pema June Kurdo Kondo Mabe Guru Kiki Jesu Da Rubi Chinge Rubi Shiso Son Guru Pema Siddhi Hung Urye Yuge Pema Kesar Dombola, Yenzen Shugen Udubni, Pema June Shisuta, Kurdo Kondo Mampekuru, Kiki Jesuda. Chingel of Jeshiso Solon Guru Pema Siddhi Hung, Urien Yugen of Jansa, Pema Kesar. Nze chugi ngudumye pema jungne jesu da kurdo kondo mabe koro kiki jesu da rupi chinge lupi shizo sul guru pema sidi yung hung ulge yugu. Pema kisar dumbola yenze chugi ngudumye pema jungne jesu da kurdo kondo mabe koro kiki jesu da. Chinge lupi shizo sul guru pema sidi yung hung ulge yugu nubyanza pema kisar. Yenze chugi ngudumye pema jungne jesu da kurdo kondo mabe koro kiki jesu da rupi chinge lupi. Guru Pema Siddhi Hung Urge Yuganam Jansa Pema Kisardum Bola Ize Chugu Pema Juna Shizuda Kurdo Konoma Pekuru Kiki Jesuda Rupi Chinge Lupis Guru Pema Siddhi Hung Urge Yuganam Jansa Pema Kisardum Yense Chugu Undumye Pema Juna Shizuda Kurdo Konoma Pekuru Kiki Jesuda Chinge Lupis Shizu Sul Guru Pema Siddhi Hung Urge Yuganam Jansa Pema Kisardum Yense chuge ngudumye pema jungne jesu da kurdo kondo mabe kuru kige jesu da rupi chinge lopi shiso sum guru pema sidi hung urge yuge nubjansa pema gesar dumbola yense chuge pema jungne jesu da kurdo kondo mabe kuru kige jesu da rupi chinge lopi shiso sum guru pema sidi hung urge yuge pema gesar dumbola yense chuge ngudumye pema jungne jesu da kurdo kondo Kiki Jesu da rupi chinge lupi shizo sol guru pema sidi yung hung urge yugun. Pema kesar dumbola yenze chuge ngudumye pema june shizo da kurdo kondum. Kiki Jesu da rupi chinge lupi shizo sol guru pema sidi yung hung urge yugun. Pema kesar dumbola yenze chuge ngudumye pema june shizo da kurdo kondum mabe kuro kiki Jesu da. Chinge lupi shizo sol guru pema sidi yung hung urge yugun nubjansa pema kesar Yenze chuge ngudumye pema jungne shizu da kurdo kono mabe kuro kiki jesu da. Chinge lupje shizu sul guru pema sidi yung hung urge yuge nubyanza pema kizul. Yenze chuge ngudumye pema jungne shizu da kurdo kono mabe kuro kiki jesu da rupi chinge lupje. Guru pema sidi yung hung urge yuge nubyanza pema kizul dumbola yenze chuge ngudumye pema jungne shizu da kurdo kono mabe kuro kiki jesu da rupi chinge lupje. Guru Pema Siddhi Hung Urge Yuganum Jansa Pema Kisardum Bola Yinsen Chugen Utumye Pema Yunish Kurdo Kono Mabe Kuru Kiki Jesuda Rupi Chinge Lupi Shiso Sun Guru Pema Siddhi Hung Urge Yuganum Pema Kisardum Bola Yinsen Chugen Utumye Pema Yunish Suda Kurdo Kono Kiki Jesuda Rupi Chinge Lupi Shiso Sun Guru Pema Siddhi Hung Urge Yuganum Jansa Pema Kisardum Yense chuge ngudumye pema june shizu da kurdo kono mabe kuru kiki jesu da rupi chinge lupi. Guru pema sidi hung urge yuge nubjansa pema kisar dumbola yense chuge. Pema june shizu da kurdo kono mabe kuru kiki jesu da rupi chinge lupi. Guru pema sidi hung urge yuge nubjansa pema kisar dumbola yense chuge ngudumye pema june Kurdo Kondo Mabe Kuru Kiki Jesu da Rupi Chinge Lopi Shizo Sun Guru Pema Hung Urge Yuge Nubjansa Pema Kisar Tumbola Yense Chuge Ngudumye Pema Junish Kurdo Kondo Mabe Kuru Kiki Jesu da Rupi Chinge Lopi Shizo Sun Guru Pema Hung Urge Yuge Nubjansa Pema Kisar Tumbola Yense Chuge Ngudumye Pema Junish Kurdo Kondo Mabe Kuru Kiki Jesu da Rupi Chinge Lopi Shizo Sun Guru Pema Sidi Hung Urge Yuge Pema Kisardum Bola, Yense Chuge Ngudumye, Pema June Shizuta, Kurdo Kondo. Kiki Jesuda, Rupi Chinge Lupi Shizo Sul, Guru Pema Sidi Hung Urge Yuge. Pema Kisardum Bola, Yense Chuge Ngudumye, Pema June Shizuta, Kurdo Kondo. Kiki Jesuda, Rupi Chinge Lupi Shizo Sul, Guru Pema Sidi Hung Urge Yuge, Nubjansa, Pema Kisardum. Yense chuge ngudumye pema jungne jisuda kurdo kondo mabe kuru kiki jisuda rupi chinge lupi guru pema sidi hung urye yuge nubjansa pema kesar dumbola yense chuge pema jungne jisuda kurdo kondo mabe kuru kiki jisuda rupi chinge lupi shizu sul guru pema sidi hung urye yuge pema kesar dumbola yense chuge ngudumye pema jungne jisuda kurdo kondo mabe kuru kiki jisuda Chinge Lopje Shizo Sol, Guru Pema Sidi Hung Urge Yuge Nubjansa, Pema Kizur, Yense Chuge Ngudumye, Pema June Shizuta, Kurdo Kondo Mabe Kuru, Kiki Jesuda. Jingle Lobjes is also good up a Masidi, whom would give you good Nubjanza, Pemakis or Dombola, is a sugar to me, Pemajuni. Urdoganoma Pekuru, Kikija to be Jingle Lobjes is also good up a Masidi, whom would give you. Memakis or Dombola, is a sugar to me, Pemajuni, Shisuta, Kurdokonoma Pekuru, Kikija to be Jingle Lobjes is also good up a Masidi, whom would give you good Nubjanza, Pemakis. Is a sugar to me, Pemajuni, Shisuta, Kurdokonoma Pekuru, Kikija. Jingle Lobjes is also good up a Masidi, whom would give you good Nubjanza, Pemakis. Is a sugar to me, Pemajuni, Shisuta, Kurdokonoma Pekuru, Kikija to be Jingle. Guru Pema City, whom would give you good of Yaza, Pema Kazatombola, is a sugar. Pema Juna Shisuta, Kurdo Kodo Mabekuru, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelovish. Guru Pema City, whom would give you good of Yaza, Pema Kazal. Is a sugar good of me, Pema Juna Shisuta, Kurdo Kodo Mabekuru, Kiki Jesud. Shingel of Jesus, Guru Pema City, whom would give you good of Yaza, Pema Kazal. Is a sugar to me, Pemajuna Shisuta, Kurdo Kono Mabekuru, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelovish. Guru Pema City, whom would give you good of Yaza, Pema Kazatombola, is a sugar. Pemajuna Shisuta, Kurdo Kono Mabekuru, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelovish. Guru Pema City, whom would give you good of Yaza, Pema Kazatombola. Is a sugar to me, Pemajuna Shisuta, Kurdo Kono Mabekuru, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelovish. Guru Pema City, whom would give you good of Yaza, Pema Kazatombola, is a sugar. Pema Juna Shisuta, Kurdo Kono Mabekuru, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelovish. Guru Pema City, whom would give you good of Yaza, Pema Kazatombola, is a sugar. Pema Juna Shisuta, Kurdo Kono Mabekuru, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelovish. Guru Pema City, whom would give you good of Yaza, Pema Kazatombola, is a sugar good of me, Pema Juna. Kurdo Kono Mabekuru, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelovish. Guru Pema City, whom would give you good of Yaza, Pema Kazatombola. Is a sugar good of me, Pema Juna Shisuta, Kurdo Kono Mabekuru, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelovish, Guru Pema City. Whom would give you good of Yaza, Pema Kazatombola, is a sugar good of me, Pema Juna. Kurdo Kono Mabekuru, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelovish, Guru Pema City, whom would give you good. Pema Kazatombola, is a sugar good of me, Pema Juna Shisuta, Kurdo Kono. Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelovish, Guru Pema City. Whom would give you good of Yaza, Pema Kazatombola, is a sugar good of me, Pema Juna Shisuta, Kurdo Kono. Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelovish, Guru Pema City, whom would give you good of Yaza, Pema Kazatombola. Is a sugar good of me, Pema Juna Shisuta, Kurdo Kono Mabekuru, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelovish, Guru Pema City, whom would give you good of Yaza, Pema Kazatombola, is a sugar. Pema Juna Shisuta, Kurdo Kono Mabekuru, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelovish, Guru Pema City, whom would give you good. Pema Kazatombola, is a sugar good of me, Pema Juna Shisuta, Kurdo Kono Mabekuru, Kiki Jesuda. Chingelovish, Guru Pema City, whom would give you good of Yaza, Pema Kazatombola. Is a sugar good of me, Pema Juna Shisuta, Kurdo Kono Mabekuru, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelovish. Guru Pema City, whom would give you good of Yaza, is a sugar good of me, Pema Juna Shisuta, Kurdo Kono. Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelovish, Guru Pema City, whom would give you good of Yaza, Pema Kazatombola. Is a sugar good of me, Pema Juna Shisuta, Kurdo Kono Mabekuru, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelovish. Guru Pema City, whom would give you good of Yaza, Pema Kazatombola, is a sugar. Pema Juna Shisuta, Kurdo Kono Mabekuru, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelovish, Guru Pema City, whom would give you good. Pema Kazatombola, is a sugar good of me, Pema Juna Shisuta, Kurdo Kono Mabekuru, Kiki Jesuda. Chingelovish, Guru Pema City, whom would give you good of Yaza, Pema Kazatombola. Is a sugar good of me, Pema Juna Shisuta, Kurdo Kono Mabekuru, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelovish, Guru Pema City, whom would give you good of Yaza, Pema Kazatombola, is a sugar. Pemajune Jisuda, Kurdo Kondoma Begore, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelo Bishos, Guru Pema Sidi, whom would you get of Jansa, Pema Gazar. Is a sugar would of me, Pemajune Jisuda, Kurdo Kondoma Begore, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelo Bish. Guru Pema Sidi, whom would you get of Jansa, Pema Gazar Dobola, is a sugar would of me, Pemajune. Kurdo Kondoma Begore, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelo Bishos, Guru Pema Sidi, whom would you get of Jansa, Pema Gazar. Yensechuke ngudumye pemajune Jesuda, Kurdo Kondoma Begore, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelo Bishos, Guru Pema Sidi, whom would you. Pemaka Sardombola, Yensechuke ngudumye pemajune Jesuda, Kurdo Kondoma Begore, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelo Bish. Guru Pema Sidi, whom would you get in Yansa, Pemaka Sardombola, Yensechuke. Pemajune Jesuda, Kurdo Kondoma Begore, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelo Bishos, Guru Pema Sidi, whom would you get. Pemaka Sardombola, Yensechuke ngudumye pemajune Jesuda, Kurdo Kondoma Begore, Kiki Jesuda. Chingelo Bishos, Guru Pema Sidi, whom would you get in Yansa, Pemaka. Yensechuke ngudumye pemajune Jesuda, Kurdo. Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelo Bishos, Guru Pema Sidi, whom would you get. Pemaka Sardombola, Yensechuke ngudumye pemajune Jesuda, Kurdo Kondo. Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelo Bishos, Guru Pema Sidi, whom would you get. Pemaka Sardombola, Yensechuke ngudumye pemajune Jesuda, Kurdo Kondo Mabegore, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelo Bish. Guru Pema Sidi, whom would you get in Yansa, Pemaka Sardombola, Yensechuke. Pemajune Jesuda, Kurdo Kondo Mabegore, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelo Bishos, Guru Pema Sidi, whom would you get. Pemaka Sardombola, Yensechuke ngudumye pemajune Jesuda, Kurdo Kondo Mabegore, Kiki Jesuda. Chingelo Bishos, Guru Pema Sidi, whom would you get in Jansa, Pemaka Sardombola, Yensechuke. Pemajune Jesuda, Kurdo Kondo Mabegore, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelo Bishos, Guru Pema Sidi. Whom would you get in Jansa, Pemaka Sardombola, Yensechuke ngudumye pemajune Kurdo Kondo Mabegore, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelo Bishos, Guru Pema Sidi, whom would you get. Pemaka Sardombola, Yensechuke ngudumye pemajune Jesuda, Kurdo Kondo Mabegore, Kiki Jesuda. Chingelo Bishos, Guru Pema Sidi, whom would you get in Jansa, Pemaka Sardombola. Yensechuke ngudumye pemajune Jesuda, Kurdo Kondo Mabegore, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelo Bishos, Guru Pema Sidi, whom would you get. Pemaka Sardombola, Yensechuke ngudumye pemajune Jesuda, Kurdo Kondo Mabegore, Kiki Jesuda. Chingelo Bishos, Guru Pema Sidi, whom would you get in Jansa, Pemaka Sardombola. Yensechuke ngudumye pemajune Jesuda, Kurdo Kondo Mabegore, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelo Bishos, Guru Pema Sidi. Whom would you get in Jansa, Pemaka Sardombola, Yensechuke ngudumye pemajune Jesuda, Kurdo Kondo Mabegore, Kiki Jesuda. Chingelo Bishos, Guru Pema Sidi, whom would you get in Jansa, Pemaka Sardombola, Yensechuke ngudumye pemajune. Kurdo Kondo Mabegore, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelo Bishos, Guru Pema Sidi, whom would you get. Pemaka Sardombola, Yensechuke ngudumye pemajune Jesuda, Kurdo Kondo Mabegore, Kiki Jesuda. Chingelo Bishos, Guru Pema Sidi, whom would you. Pemaka Sardombola, Yensechuke ngudumye pemajune Jesuda, Kurdo Kondo Mabegore, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelo Bishos, Guru Pema Sidi, whom would you get in Jansa, Pemaka Sardombola, Yensechuke. Pemajune Jesuda, Kurdo Kondo Mabegore, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelo Bishos, Guru Pema Sidi, whom would you get. Pemaka Sardombola, Yensechuke ngudumye pemajune Jesuda, Kurdo Kondo Mabegore, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelo Bishos. Guru Pema Sidi, whom would you get in Jansa, Pemaka Sardombola, Yensechuke. Pemajune Jesuda, Kurdo Kondo Mabegore, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelo Bishos, Guru Pema Sidi, whom would you get. Pemaka Sardombola, Yensechuke ngudumye pemajune Jesuda, Kurdo Kondo Mabegore, Kiki Jesuda. Chingelo Bishos, Guru Pema Sidi, whom would you get in Jansa, Pemaka Sardombola. Yensechuke ngudumye pemajune Jesuda, Kurdo Kondo Mabegore, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingelo Bishos. Guru Pema Sidi, whom would you get in Jansa, Pemaka Sardombola, Yensechuke. Pemajune Jisuta, Kurdo Kondo, Mambokoro, Kiki Jesu, Darubi, Chingelup, Shizu Sol, Guru Pema Sidi, Urge Yukun. Pemagazardum Bola, Yizuke, Gudumye, Pemajune Jisuta, Kurdo Kondo, Mambokoro, Kiki Jesu, Chingelup, Shizu Sol, Guru Pema Sidi, Urge Yukun, Pemagazard. Yizuke, Gudumye, Pemajune Jisuta, Kurdo Kondo, Mambokoro, Kiki Jesu. Chingelup, Shizu Sol, Guru Pema Sidi, Urge Yukun, Yezechuge ngudumye Pemajune Jisuta, Kurdo Kondo, Mambekoro, Kiki Jisuta, to be Chingelobi. Guru Pema City, Hong, Urge Yukin, Jansa, Pema Gazardumbola, Yezechuge. Pemajune Jisuta, Kurdo Kondo, Mambekoro, Kiki Jisuta, to be Chingelobi, Jisu, Guru Pema City, Hong, Urge Yukin. Pema Gazardumbola, Yezechuge ngudumye Pemajune Jisuta, Kurdo Kondo. Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingle of Jesus, Guru Pema City, whom we gave you can of Johnson, Pema Gazal. As a chugging would me, Pema Juna Jesuta, Kurto Kondo Mabekuru, Kiki Jesud. Chingle of Jesus, Guru Pema City, whom would give you can of Johnson, Pema Gazal. As a chugging would me, Pema Juna Jesuta, Kurto Kondo Mabekuru, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingle of it. Guru Pema City, whom would give you can of Johnson, Pema Gazal, Tombola, is a sugar. Pemajune Shizuda, Kurdo Kondo Mambekoro, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingle of Shizu Sulu, Guru Pemas. Kungurje Yugan of Jaza, Bema Gazardumbola, is the Chugging Udumye, Pemajune Shizuda, Kurdo Kondo. Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingle of Shizu Sulu, Guru Pema City, whom Urge Yugan of Johnson, Pema Gazard. Yes, the Chugging Udumye, Pemajune Shisuda, Kurdo Kondo Mambekoro, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingle of Guru Pema City, whom Urge Yugan of Johnson, Pema Gazardumbola, is a Chu. Pema June Shisuda, Kurdo Kondo Mambekoro, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingle of Shizu Solo, Guru Pema City, whom Urge Yugan. Pema Gazardumbola, is a Chugging Udumye, Pema June Shisuda, Kurdo Kondo Mambekoro, Kiki Jesuda. Chingle of Shizu Solo, Guru Pema City, whom Urge Yugan of Johnson, Pema Gazard. Is a chugging of me, Pema June Shisuda, Kurdo Kondo Mambekoro, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingle of Shizu Solo, Guru Pemas. Whom Urge Yugan of Johnson, Pema Gazardumbola, is a chugging of me, Pema June. Kurdo Kondo Mambekoro, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingle of Shizu Solo, Guru Pema City, whom Urge Yugan. Pema Gazardumbola, is a chugging of me, Pema June Shisuda, Kurdo Kondo. Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingle of Shizu Solo, Guru Pema City, whom Urge Yugan. Pema Gazardumbola, is a chugging of me, Pema June Shisuda, Kurdo Kondo, Mambekoro, Kiki Jesuda. Chingle of Shizu Solo, Guru Pema City, whom Urge Yugan of Johnson, Pema Gazard. Is a chugging of me, Pema June Shisuda, Kurdo Kondo, Mambekoro, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingle of it. Guru Pema City, whom Urge Yugan of Johnson, Pema Gazardumbola, is a chugging. Pema June Shisuda, Kurdo Kondo Mambekoro, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingle of it. Guru Pema City, whom Urge Yugan of Johnson, Pema Gazardumbola, is a chugging. Pema June Shisuda, Kurdo Kondo Mambekoro, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingle of it. Guru Pema City, whom Urge Yugan of Johnson, Pema Gazardumbola, is a chugging. Pema June Shisuda, Kurdo Kondo Mambekoro, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingle of it. Guru Pema City, whom Urge Yugan. Pema Gazardumbola, is a chugging of me, Pema June Shisuda, Kurdo Kondo Mambekoro, Kiki Jesuda. Chingle of Shizu Solo, Guru Pema City, whom Urge Yugan of Johnson, Pema Gazard. Is a chugging of me, Pema June Shisuda, Kurdo Kondo Mambekoro, Kiki Jesuda. Chingle of Shizu Solo, Guru Pema City, whom Urge Yugan of Johnson, Pema Gazardumbola, is a chugging. Pema June Shisuda, Kurdo Kondo Mambekoro, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingle of Shizu Solo, Guru Pema City, whom Urge Yugan. Pema Gazardumbola, is a chugging of me, Pema June Shisuda, Kurdo Kondo Mambekoro, Kiki Jesuda. Chingle of Shizu Solo, Guru Pema City, whom Urge Yugan of Johnson, Pema Gazard. Is a chugging of me, Pema June Shisuda, Kurdo Kondo Mambekoro, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingle of Guru Pema City, whom Urge Yugan of Johnson, Pema Gazardumbola, is a chugging. Pema June Shisuda, Kurdo Kondo Mambekoro, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingle of Guru Pema City, whom Urge Yugan of Johnson, Pema Gazardumbola, is a chugging. Pema June Shisuda, Kurdo Kondo Mambekoro, Kiki Jesuda, to be Chingle of Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. Mugu ki sowa tepe lama yeyum ki jorzam dan tugani
Page
ishi ki uzer
77.
nanga pata tar kyane rangi nigar tembe gyuchingi la para gyur. Due to my devoted prayers, 5-colored rays of the light of primal knowing extend like filaments from both the points of union in the hearts of the Father and Mother Guru. As these filaments absorb into my heart, my mind stream is blessed and transformed. Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddha, Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddha,
Now recite the Vajra Guru mantra on page 99.
Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddha, Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddha, Om
That's
Mom Buddha
old
Guru Pam Siddha, Om
page
Mom Buddha Guru
34.
Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddha, Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddha, Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddha, Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddha. Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddha, 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 Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddha. Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddha, 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 Om Mom Buddha Guru Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddha, 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 Om Mom Buddha Guru Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddha, 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 Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddha. Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddha, 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 Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddha. Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddha, 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 Om Mom Buddha Guru Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddha, 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 Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddha. Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddhi Hum, Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddhi, 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 Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddhi. Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddhi, 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 Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddhi. Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddhi, Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddhi, Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddhi, Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddhi. Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddhi, 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 Om Mom Buddha Guru Pam Siddhi. Okay, now the confession.
The confession on page 20, old page 20, new page 86.
Yeah, light the candles. Don't you have a long one of those? I have one. Remind me. I will give. Yeah. Water. Sprinkle water. Page 86. Om Shido Dampo Sangye Kundu Zan Dorje Sempa Dorje Teji She Pao Chimpo Jowa Kyope Gun Dala Tsergun Yishe Chingi Si Adene Mage Yene Namta Kyang Chunguro Lopro Sharwe Kundo Le Mare Zuzi Kena Nyamcha Ku Tachi Chui Yumge Long Tu Sha Benzara Sanwe Tapo Dorje Tamjapa Kusun Tuksan Sama Yabumki Tamle Nyamshin Sigle Galwa Kang Rabdu Nonjin Göbe Tolosha Sato Nyamba Gyundu Gyurbe Düdene Leki Nyezin Dorje Kandro Yi Kai Chepa Chakpe Gyur Gyurube Dichi Dip Gyuru Nyaljin Gyusasha Honde Be Gyarpo Yene Dorje Che Miksu Meji Nyamda Shakpa Tel Kundo Zangpo Yezo Rikpe Long Duje Me Pa Chuye Long Tu A.
Om. The first foundation is the Buddha total goodness. Vajrasattva is the Vajra thus gone one. Great hero, protector of beings, think lovingly of me and look upon me with your eyes of primal knowing. Ah, primordially unborn, completely pure from the very beginning, and yet from conceptualization that incidentally arises in the face of delusion, all degenerations that are the circumstantial appearance of dualistic awareness. I confess within the great purity of the inner expanse of the five mothers of the fundamental space of reality. Vajra, Lord of secrets, renowned Vajraband, of the hundreds of thousands of secret samayas of body, speech, and mind, whatever has damaged the bond or violated the commitment, with intense remorse I regret and disclose and confess. Sattva, the time when faults become degenerations has passed, becoming extreme breaches of the injunction of the Vajradakinis who oversee conduct, and after that becoming obscurations which accumulate the causes for the great hell. These I confess. Primordial king, original great Vajra, without point of reference, beyond a generation and confession, total goodness, intrinsic space of awareness, complete from the beginning, within the fundamental space of reality, beyond union and separation. Ah.
Just, I want to explain one thing here. The aim of the Dharma practitioner is not just to have, a tranquil mind or like a cool mind, as we may say in modern times, and to have some kind of physical comfort or mental comfort. Of course, those are fine too. But the main focus, the aim of the Dharma practitioner is to achieve enlightenment. That's the whole reason why we practice bodhicitta mind. You don't have to practice bodhicitta mind. The word bodhicitta, there are two kinds of bodhicitta, relative and absolute bodhicitta. That if you're not seeking enlightenment, you don't have to practice. Focus to the absolute bodhicitta mind. Of course, even we all know that, nonetheless, that, in order to achieve even a temporal happiness, you need a warm-heartedness and kindness. You need that. Otherwise, you're not going to even achieve. Let's not talk about enlightenment. Even a relative happiness, you won't be able to achieve in this lifetime. So therefore, knowing that, why we take the bodhicitta mind vow, but that's more like on a ritual level, ceremonial level. But actually, to remind oneself, like in not only the meditation state while you're meditating, but the post-meditation state, keeping the awareness so that you are not distracted. And the reason is that, you need to really work hard to bring your mind to discipline. It's not easy. This mind has been just like gone way out of control for so long time, really, really, really long time, for eons and eons, and it's been used to frivolousness, is been used to indiscipline, and is used to all kinds of afflictive emotion and habits, and you name it. We know that how the mind is. So therefore, now the aim is to free this mind, to purify their mind, and then to free this mind from samsara. And of course, where is samsara? There's no other samsara beside this very mind. Mind itself is the samsara, and mind itself is the nirvana. So the point, that since we all want happiness without exception of any being, then that is the main focus and aspiration of every single being. And that's what the Dharma practice is about, is to achieve that state of happiness by, that's the aim. But in order to fulfill that aim, you need to do something. And what you need to do is, and now like step-by-step practice, like when we do the purification practice, confession practice, then we need to, look at our mind. So either you have a lot of aggression, or a lot of attachment, or a lot of envy, jealousy, whatever. Due to those afflictive emotions, you create a lot of deeds, and basically they're all negative deeds. So if your motivation or your intention or your deeds, which you're evolving your life every minute to hours to days to weeks, keeps going 24 hours, if that's what's happening in your mind, then definitely you're collecting a lot of obscuration. And if you are collecting a lot of obscuration, that means your mind is getting deeper and deeper and more habituated, and they become like ice, solid and gross. And then you need to purify. So now one of the things of the purification of the practice, it says that the sooner you purify, the faster you can, sooner you recognize, the faster you can purify. If you, like washing a dishes or washing a cloth, if you keep piling washing dishes, not doing that, and keep piling 1 day, 2 days, then after some time all the grease and everything gets so stuck. And then it takes, like when you try to get rid of those grease, you need to put in the hot water, put a lot of strong detergent, and you need to soak it for like a while, maybe a few hours, then with a strong scrub. While if you do it right away, that's what if you go to a restaurant, I think that's what I've seen in the Chinese restaurant, and I think it's the same in any restaurant, that you just cook something and then instantly you put in the hot water, the pan, and then it's so easy. Instantly you can just wipe it off. Same thing with the mental obscurations. Moment, whether you are actually in a formal practice or whether you're informal practice, like you're walking or you're talking to someone, and then you see a rise of afflictive emotion, and then instantly you catch that, and then either through your meditation you can liberate, or through reminding of your bodhicitta mind. Allah is so sad that for eons and eons I've been a slave and trapped in this mindset of powerless, that the circumstance when you meet, either the aggression arises or jealousy arises or envy arises, and then you are completely taken away, and you create all kinds of samsaric situation which will all brings you suffering and pain. And this is how I'm caught. So now I'm not going to allow this, so there's a sense of guilt, there's a sense of remorse, there's a sense of, those things are part of it. Sometimes we say, oh, that's a guilt trip, Yes, there is a guilt trip too. But, since your obscuration is the guilt trip, so don't blame anyone. It's your doing, right? You did that because nobody else did that for you. Your mind did that. And now since you create that aggression or negative intention or negative mindset, now you're going to go through the guilt. That's part of the package. So don't get surprised. So now the thing to do, whether it's guilt or whatever experience, pain or suffering, do not allow it to grow. You should recognize it. And then when you first recognize, this is how the mind can play many tricks. So first time as you're doing a practice, then now you begin to more aware of your thoughts and your conceptual arising. Then when you begin to recognize, you may say, this is definitely I got to work with that. Then as you keep working, at some point, then you also feel like guilty. And then you may say, this is not good. I want to be free of guilt. So again, yes, we are not saying guilt is what you should feel. Guilt is a part of that. It can also benefit. Guilt has its own limit. It should not go way too much that you feel guilty. Then it's no good at all. It's no longer good. The guilt is also a thought. It's also conceptual. Guilt is like all others conceptual. And then the point is we have to liberate all conceptual. In order to do that, we have to go step by step. And so, moment you recognize afflictive emotion, then you just instantly catch it, and then you can free that at the beginning. Then it gets easier and easier and easier. So therefore, you need the mindfulness. That's very important. Mindfulness and awareness. And then, then also at some point you also realize, guilt is also conceptual, Then that's not really that's not the goal. The goal of your working with your afflictive emotion is not to, not that you should feel guilt and that will resolve and purify. Guilt is not going to purify. Guilt just acts like an agent at some point, so that you don't do that again. Because then if you do it, you don't feel good about it. So we need to understand how the mind works. But the important thing is that purify instantly. Moment a negative thought arises, move forward. Whether it's guilt, aggression, jealousy, envy, egocentric, narcissist, whatever, all the different names are there, but basically work with the mind. Don't let on your mind is like a clear mirror. And if all the dirts and dust begin to fall on it, and then if you don't clean it, it will get messy, your mirror. So you need to clean your mirror. Likewise, clean the mirror of your mind. Don't let stains on it. Okay? I just want to say that. Now let's do Vajrasattva. From the beginningless lifetime until now, negative karma, deeds created by the body, negative deeds created by speech, negative deeds, with negative intention and all kinds of emotion, conceptuals that arise in their mind, all those obscuration, and then particularly the bodhisattva transgression, hinayana discipline we have, transgressed. Bodhisattva we have transgressed. The pure vision of not seeing, due to obscuration, not seeing the basic goodness, those obscuration. All the obscurations that, we pray to Vajrasattva to purify. So Vajrasattva is above your head, and then nectar stream descend through the, our crown, enters into our body, and then everything flush out, to the, opening of the lower chakras. Everything, all obscuration in the form of dark charcoal, all negative forces, harmful forces in the form of like snakes and spiders and scorpion, whatever. And then all sickness like pus and blood, all purify through Vajrasattva, nectar stream descend and purify not just yourself, but you can visualize your father, mother, all being, because all have karma, so all want happiness. So therefore, you can reach to everyone, while you're doing Vajrasattva, and it goes underneath the ground, like deep, deep down below. It all, goes underneath, and that's how, the earth's kind of open up, from, and then you can just visualize that, that all obscurations are like flush out from your body obscuration, speech obscuration, mind obscuration, all of them like that.
Vajrasattva mantra is on the middle of page 100.
Sarvasirim
Old
Prayata
page
Sarva
34.
Karma Sijam Jiram Shiriyam Kurung Haha Haha Ho Bhagavan Sabatadaga Benjar Mami Munsa Bijirba Masamaya Satua Bejar Soro Samaya Manupariya Banasotanuma Trodirma Masroke Bemasaboka Anurdam Mapa Sarvasirim Prayata Sarva Karma Sijam Jiram Shiriyam Kurung Haha Haha Ho Bhagavan Sabatadaga Benjar Mama Bejar Soro Samaya Manuparaya Benasotanuma Trodirma Masroke Bemasaboka Sarva Karma Sijam Jiram Shiriyam Kurung Haha Haha Ho Bhagavan Sabatadaga Benjar Mama Bejar Soro Samaya Manuparaya Benasotanuma Trodirma Masroke Bemasaboka Sarva Karma Sijam Jiram Shiriyam Kurung Haha Haha Ho Bhagavan Sabatadaga Benjar Mama Bejar Soro Samaya Manupariya Benasotanuma Trodirma Masroke Bemasaboka Sarva Karma Sijam Jiram Shiriyam Kurung Haha Haha Ho Bhagavan Sabatadaga Benjar Mama Bejar Soro Samaya Manupariya Benasotanuma Trodirma Masroke Bemasaboka Sarva Karma Sijam Jiram Shiriyam Kurung Haha Haha Ho Bhagavan Sabatadaga Benjar Mama Samaya Yasatu Bejar Soro Samaya Manupariya Benasotanuma Trodirma Masroke Suboka Meba Anurdam Meba Sarvasiram Prayata Sarva Karma Sijam Jiram Shiriyam Kurung Haha Haha Ho Bhagavan Sabatadaga Benjar Satu Bejar Soro Samaya Manupariya Benasotanuma Trodirma Masroke Bemasaboka Anurdam Meba Sarvasiram Prayata Sarva Karma Sijam Jiram Shiriyam Kurung Haha Haha Sarvatadaga Benjar Mama Samaya Satu Bejar Soro Samaya Manupariya Benasotanuma Trodirma Masroke Anurdam Meba Sarvasiram Prayata Sarva Karma Sijam Jiram Shiriyam Kurung Haha Haha Ho Bhagavan Sabatadaga Benjar Mama Samaya Satu Bejar Soro Samaya Manupariya Benasotanuma Trodirma Masroke Anurdam Meba Sarvasiram Prayata Sarva Karma Sijam Jiram Shiriyam Kurung Haha Haha Ho Bhagavan Sabatadaga Benjar Mama Bejar Soro Samaya Manupariya Benasotanuma Trodirma Masroke Bemasaboka Anurdam Meba Sarva Karma Sijam Jiram Shiriyam Kurung Haha Haha Ho Bhagavan Sabatadaga Benjar Bejar Soro Samaya Manupariya Benasotanuma Trodirma Masroke Bemasaboka Anurdam Meba Sarva Karma Sijam Jiram Shiriyam Kurung Haha Haha Ho Bhagavan Sabatadaga Benjar Bejar Soro Samaya Manupariya Benasotanuma Trodirma Masroke Bemasaboka Anurdam Meba Sarva Karma Sijam Jiram Shiriyam Kurung Haha Haha Ho Bhagavan Sabatadaga Benjar Bejar Soro Samaya Manupariya Benasotanuma Trodirma Masroke Bemasaboka Anurdam Meba Sarva Karma Sijam Jiram Shiriyam Kurung Haha Haha Ho Bhagavan Sabatadaga Benjar Bejar Soro Samaya Manupariya Benasotanuma Trodirma Masroke Bemasaboka Anurdam Sarvasiram Prayata Sarva Karma Sijam Jiram Shiriyam Kurung Haha Haha Ho Bhagavan Sabatadaga Benjar Bejar Soro Samaya Manupariya Benasotanuma Trodirma Masroke Bemasaboka Anurdam Meba Sarva Karma Sijam Jiram Shiriyam Kurung Haha Haha Ho Bhagavan Sabatadaga Benjar Bejar Soro Samaya Manupariya Benasotanuma Trodirma Masroke Bemasaboka Anurdam Meba Sarva Karma Sijam Jiram Shiriyam Kurung Haha Haha Ho Bhagavan Sabatadaga Benjar Major Samaya Monopoly, Benizo, Sarvajir Mapriya, Sarva Karmasajum Mushirium Krum, who Sabataka, Panger by Muzim. Masamaya Sato, Umbazor, sort of Samaya, Monopoly, Benizo to the mother. Sort of Kememba, Suboke member, another member, Sarvajir Mapet, Sarva Karmasajum Shirium Krum, who Sarvatata got a Benzer, my movements of Zerba, Masamaya Sato, Umbazor, sort of Samaya, Monopoly, Benizo. The rotated mamma, sort of Kememba, Suboke member, another member, Sarvajir Mapet, Sarva Karmasajum Shirium Krum. Savatara got a Benzer, my Mazabba, Masamaya Sato, Umbazor, sort of Samaya, Monopoly, Benizo. The rotated mamma, sort of member, Suboke member, another member, Sarvajir Mapet, Sarva Karmasajum Shirium Krum, who Bagabanizavatara. Benzer Mamma Zabba, Masamaya Sato, Umbazor, sort of Samaya, Monopoly, Benizo, rotated mamma, sort of members, Suboke member, another member. Sarvajir Mapet, Sarva Karmasajum Shirium Krum, who Bagabanizavatara. Benzer Mamma Zabba, Masamaya Sato, Umbazor, sort of Samaya, Monopoly, Benizo, rotated mamma, sort of member, Suboke member. Another member, Sarvajir Mapet, Sarva Karmasajum Shirium Krum, who Bagabanizavatara. Benzer Mamma Zabba, Masamaya Sato, Umbazor, sort of Samaya, Monopoly, Benizo. The rotated mamma, sort of member, Suboke member, another member, Sarvajir Mapet, Sarva Karmasajum Shirium Krum, Sarvatata got a Benzer Mamma Zabba, Masamaya Sato. Okay. Yeah. So after you did the Vajrasattva, then, once it's done, then you should visualize the earth is now not open, now closed. Okay, all your obscurations are purified, and Vajrasattva happily gazing at you and saying that, O son of the noble family, or the daughter of the noble family, all your negative karmas are purified, and you should visualize your body lightness, like all is cleansed and light. Your body, speech, and mind. 79. Hong Ale Chu Yin Danyam Kapalar Om Le Na. First is you sprinkle the water, then incense come afterwards. First you sprinkle the water, then you sprinkle the wine on Tsok. Hong Ale Chu Yin Danyam Kapalar Om Le Na Si De Yun Tsok Su Sham Hong Ki De Chi Yi Shi Ru Para Gyuru Shi Yi Tsa Sum La So Ge Pa Kang Om A Hung Shi Om A Hung Shi Om A Hung Shi Orge Yuki Nob Jan Sam. Okay. Hung, from A skull cup equal to the fundamental space of reality. From Om, the sense pleasure of appearance and possibility arranged within as the gathering place. With Hung, become the play of primal knowing great place. With Shri, the host of three rules, devatas are delighted and fulfilled. Om Ahung Shri. Hung Orge Yuki Nob Jan Sam. Bema Ke Saradong Bola. Ya Zen Chogi Ngo Dumni. Bema June She Sutra. Kordu Kandro Mang Bukor. Kiki Jesu Da Duki. De Yun Sola Chindena. Chingi Lop Chiri Shek Susu. Nejo Diru Chimpola. So Chu Yi She Du Ziri Gyur. Rup cho da la wang shi kur ge ta long de para che sum cho ta tu mo ngu drup zu cho ta tu mo ngu drup zu cho ta tu mo ngu drup zu hung la ma je zu be ma te jing sel Re zi kan zhe so dan che ba yi. Where is the wine? Yeah. You should hold the wine in the spoon. Sa sum kun du ge we kin koro la. Me gu dung shu cha pe so wa de. Da xin go sum ge so long chu che nang si du yun ge gu ma zang me kun zang de chin so ki ko lo ro bul tu zi ge shi tu tama gong gyuru chi so wa deb so guru Rinpoche chingi lob shi ri zin kan ru so me den pu la cho tu ngu drup zul tam zi nyam cha tam che chang du su Chi nang sang we par che ying su dul chan chu par tu del me che zin shing se su nyam do yarang da shin pel sam pa lung gi do para ching gi lo Om Mahung Benza Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. Hum, at Urgen northwestern frontier, on the stem and corona of a lotus flower, wondrous supreme accomplishment attained, and as the lotus born renowned, encircled by a retinue of many Dakinis, so that I may become like you. I invite you to this feast of sense pleasures. Please come and grant your blessings. Send down your blessing to this excellent place and transform the feast offering into the elixir of primal knowing. Bestow the four empowerments on me, the one who aspires to supreme accomplishment. Dispel obstacle, hindrance, and those who lead us astray. Grant the supreme and ordinary siddhis, whom Noble Guru, Padma Tötengsel, together with your host of awareness holders and Dakinis, to this mandala of victorious ones, embodying all the three roots devatas, I pray with devotion and intense yearning. My three doors gathered virtue, enjoyment, wealth, and those of others, appearance and possibility, delightful sense pleasure with nothing incomplete. All these I offer as the great bliss, Gana Chakra of total goodness, supreme bliss. Lovingly accept this with delight. May it fulfill our sacred bond. I beseech you, Guru Rinpoche, grant your blessing, host of awareness holders and Dakinis. Grant the supreme and ordinary spiritual accomplishment to your devoted child. Please purify all degenerations and breach of samayas. Liberate outer, inner, and secret obstacle in fundamental space until my enlightenment hold me inseparable. Increase longevity, merit, meditative experience, and realization like the waxing moon. Grant blessing for the natural self-accomplishment of wishes. Omang Benza Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. Ramyam, now the Tsok.
Page 89.
Yeah, page 89.
Page 89.
Ram yam kam om ahung yingi benda rikbe sotoro sham dundu jazire tigle duyunta ngosara sami kyape tamsik di rangri tsawa sumki laso la nimi nyambe ngandu choba bul tope tazuru tigle chimpuro sha zungzin dagi kimi yingsu drol tunang shido sepe tile tup Sondu nangshi yishe tarjine kata shunu pum chanju sho. Within the skull cup of honorable space, the ritual offering of awareness are arrayed. The six lamp, rainbow rays, and spear of lights are the glittering, desirable qualities. This is the wondrous, inconceivable Samaya. To the self-aware Devata, assembly of the three roots, the offerings are offered in the state of non-dual equanimity. The pointy edges of thoughts are confessed within the great spear. Enemies and obstructor, the grasper and the grass, are liberated in unborn fundamental space. Deleted appearance awakens the basis and accomplish the enlightened activities. Perfecting the primal knowing of the natural self-accomplished four visions may awaken in the youthful vast body original purity. Ram yam kam om ahum guru tsasum laso la deyo longcho soksu tamsi nyamcha tamche sha nyomong dragi shaldu tile rabjam lundub zo tsunyi nyurzo ngudub gana tsakta puja ho Ram Yam Kam Om Aum to the Guru and the assembly of three roots devatas. This wealth of sense pleasure is offered as the feast. Confess all deterioration of Samaya. Neurosis, enemies, and obstructions are offered to the mouth of the devatas. Naturally self-accomplished, vast enlightened activity. May the two accumulation be swiftly completed. Besto Siddhi, Gana Sakta Pujao. Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Tsasum Laso La Deyo Longcho Sokchu Tamsi Nyamcha Tamche Sha Nyomong Dragi Shaldu Tile Rabjam Lundub Zo Sunyi Nyurzo Nguzu Gana Tsakta Puja Ho Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Tsasum Laso La Deyo Longcho Sokchu Tamsi nyamcha tamche sha nyomong dragi shaldu tile rabjam lundub zo sunyi nyurzo ngudub gana sakta puja ho ram yam kam om a guru tsasum laso la deyo longcho sokshu tamsi nyamcha tamche sha nyomong dragi shaldu tile rabjam lundub zo sunyi nyurzo ngudub gana sakta puja ho Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Deva Da Kini Gana Tsakta Puja Uzeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Deva Da Kini Gana Tsakta Uzeda Balingda Ka Yi Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Da Kini Gana Tsakta Puja Uzeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Deva Dakini Gana Tsakta Puja Uzeda Baling Kai Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dakini Gana Tsakta Puja Uzeda Baling Da Kai Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Deva Dakini Gana Tsakta Puja Uzeda Baling Da Kai Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Deva Dakini Gana Tsakta Puja Uzeda Baling Kai Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dakini Gana Tsakta Puja Uzeda Balinda Kai Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Deva Dakini Gana Tsakta Puja Uzeda Balinda Kai Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Deva Dakini Gana Tsakta Puja Uzeda Balinda Kai Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Deva Dakini Gana Uzeda Balinda Kai Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dakini Gana Tsakta Puja Uzeda Balinda Kai Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dakini Gana Tsakta Puja Uzeda Balinda Kai Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Baling Kai Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Sakta Puja Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Om Ahum Guru Deva Dhakini Gana Ujeda Balingda Ka Ram Yam Kam Ahung Guru Devada Kini Kana Sakta Puja Uzida Balinda Ka Ram Yam Kam Ahung Guru Devada Kini Kana Sakta Puja Uzida Baling Kayi. Okay. Now bring the Tsok. Parji Wadang Samba Nuguru. Timsinya Guru Rumache, Udukuna de Bachin Beja, Parji Gundu Tapote, Sola de Bachin. Chinang Same, Parchi Shivatang, Samba Lungu de Berchinglo, Timsinya Guru Rumache, Udukuna. Parchi Kunsil de Tapote, Sola de Bachin, Chinang Same, Parchi Shivatang, Samba Lungu. Timsinya Guru Rumache, Udukuna de Bachin Beja, Parchi Kunsil de Tapote, Sola de Bachin. Chinang Same, Parchi Shivatang, Samba Lungu de Berchinglo, Timsinya Guru Rumache, Udukuna. Parchi Kunsil de Tapote, Sola de Bachin, China Same Parchi Shivatang, Samba Lungu de Berching. Timsinya Guru Rumache, Udukuna de Bachin Beja, Parchi Kunsil de Tapote, Sola de Bachin, China Same Parchi Shivatang, Samba Lungu de Berching. Ugen Rinpoche la Soa de Garkin Parchi Mijungji, to get Samba de Bata Chodum. Garkin Parchi Mijungji, to get Samba de Bata Chodum. Garkin Parchi Mijungji, to get Samba de Bata Chod, Tumongu de Saltus. Chhoje Pendan Deve Tile Umuzeda Balingda Ka Ye. So gelame kel kurdu soge kolo korwa yi dajin ruwa maluba kingur chigdu ru para kingur chigdu ru para sho mani onze mazara kaya nuba majiba dini giba kono ba te gujo guzo zero umezero soro samaya manu para yabana zo tirodiru ma mosoro kai memba subo kai memba anurdu memba surba zero memba surba karma chajum jirum shiru yam kurum ha Sarva tata gada benjara mami muja bujurba ma samaya satu Page 77. Om bujagur pamsidum, 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 Om jigar pamsir, 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 Om jigar pamjaro, 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 om jigar pamjaro. Om jigar pamjaro, om jigar pamjaro, om jigar pamjaro, om jigar pamjaro, om jigar pamjaro. Om jigar pamjaro, om jigar pamjaro, om jigar pamjaro, om jigar pamjaro. Om jigar pamasidi hu. La me ne sum yi ke du sum le. Zere kar mara ting sum jung ne su rangi ne sum tim pe ko sum ki dip jang ku sum tu ki dor jir gyur tani lama kor che tu shu kar mara ting le hung ki tsem baru Rangi nyingara timpe la me tu Rang sim yer me lenki chu guru ne Geza From the three syllable in the Guru three places emerges three rays of white, red, and dark blue light. As these are absorbed into my own three places, my three doors are purified of obscuration and become the vajras of enlightened body, speech, and mind. Finally, the Guru and his retinue dissolve into light, which becomes a white spear, glowing red and marked with Om. As this is absorbed into my heart, the Guru's mind and mine join inseparably and dwell in Dharmakaya. Hunke me chuku kalong ne ga me la ku nang we cha ri me tong se ngang tu tim Geza chanchu chimpro ngo bo rang shin tu je sel Urge lama tsoke je kusumo lungi dubai Tashi tambe dele sho. From the inner sky of unborn Dharmakaya, the unobstructed form of the Devata appears and dissolves into emptiness, clarity, free from all direction. The root of merit are dedicated to great awakening. The essence, nature, and compassionate manifest energy are the unsurpassed leg-born Lord of Urgen. They spontaneously accomplish three bodies. May all be auspicious, sacred, joyous, and excellent. Tuzumsanje Guru Rinpoche, Ngutubguna Deva Chimbeja, Parchi Gundu Taposa, Sola Deva Chingela Solo, China, Samaya Parchishu, Samba Lungu to Parchingelo, Tuzumsanje Guru Rinpoche, Ngutubguna Deva Parchi Gundu Taposa, Sola Deva Chingela Solo, China, Samaya Parchishu, Samba Lungu to Tuzumsanje Guru Rinpoche, Ngutubguna Deva Chimbeja, Parchi Gundu Taposa, Sola Deva China, Samaya Parchishu, Samba Lungu to Parchingelo, Tuzumsanje Guru Rinpoche, Ngutubguna Deva Parchigundu Taposa, Sola de Birching, Elabdo Solo, China Samay Parchi Shivatang, Samba Lugu to Birch, Tumsin Guru Rumbache, Udukuna de Birchimbeja, Parchigunsul de Taposa, Sola de Birching, China Samay Parchi Shivatang, Samba Lungu to Birching, Tumsin Guru, Udukuna de Birchimbeja, Parchigunsul de Taposa, Sola de Birching, Elabdo, China Samay Parchi Shivatang, Samba Lungu to Birch, Tumsin Guru Rumbache, Udukuna de Birchimbeja, Parchigunsul de Taposa, Sola de Birching. China Samay Parchi Shivatang, Samba Lungu to Birching, Tumsin Guru Rumbache, Udukuna de Birch. Parchi Gunsul de Taposa, Sola de Birching, Elabdo Sol, China Samay Parchi Shivatang, Samba Lungu to Birch. Tumsin Guru Rumbache, Udukuna de Birchimbeja, Parchi Gunsul de Taposa, Sola de Birching. China Samay Parchi Shivatang, Samba Lungu to Birching, Uye Rinpoche. Gargi Parchi Mijung, to get Samba to Panacho, Tumung Rupset, Uye Rinpoche. Gargi Parchi Mijung, to get Samba to Panacho. Gargi Parchi Mijung, to get Samba to Panacho, Tumung Rupset. In the world in general and in this nation, may not even the names, disease, famine, war, and suffering be heard.
Page 18.
May virtues, qualities, and merit and prosperity greatly increase, and may continuous good fortune and sublime well-being perfectly rise. In the world in general and in this nation, may not even the names, disease, famine, war, and suffering be heard. May virtues, qualities, and merit and prosperity greatly increase, and may continuous good fortune and sublime well-being perfectly rise. In the world in general and in this nation, may not even the names, disease, famine, war, and suffering be heard. May virtues, qualities, and merit and prosperity greatly increase, and may continuous good fortune and sublime well-being perfectly rise. By this merit, may all beings gain omniscience, thus defeat the
neurosis and negative actions, which are the enemies. From the turbulent waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death, from the ocean of cyclic existence, may all beings be liberated.
Sunum di tamje zigwani, tabneini pe danam pamjini, gigana jibanong, sipe sole dowa, dowa raishu. Okay, thank you. Okay. So good night. Good night, everyone. Thank you.